Welcome back to the channel, U.S. Rare Coins News, Top 1. Today we are talking about a coin that looks small, ordinary, and easy to overlook, but it could actually be hiding serious value in your collection. The 2000 D gold $1 might seem like just another modern coin, but certain details make it highly collectible and even sought after at auctions. At first glance, it's a golden $1 coin from the year 2000, struck at the Denver Mint. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for: subtle design features, rare errors, and why some collectors would pay a premium for one of these coins. Let's start with the front. Hold the coin under the light and you'll see the portrait of Sacagawea, facing right. Her baby, Jean Baptiste, is tucked carefully on her back. The detail in her hair, the folds of her clothing, and even the tiny lines on the baby's blanket are crisp and clear. If you're filming, a slow close-up rotating shot works perfectly here. Let viewers see the light catching the golden surface. This is a key point because collectors look closely at these details when grading the coin. Now flip it over. The reverse shows an eagle in flight, wings spread wide. You'll notice the intricate feathers and the way the eagle's talons are shaped. It's more than decoration. This design represents strength and freedom, tying into the story of the coin series itself. A smooth rotating shot here highlights the depth of the engraving, making it feel almost three-dimensional. Here's where it gets interesting. While most coins from the year 2000 were ordinary circulation strikes, the 2000 D gold $1 was released as part of a collector program. That means it was struck with a special gold-plated finish, giving it that bright, shiny look that really stands out. Some coins also display minting errors. A tiny doubling in the lettering, faint die cracks, or slight off-center strikes are rare, but they do exist. Even a small misalignment can significantly increase the coin's value for collectors. Condition is another big factor. Coins that have never been handled, with perfect surfaces and sharp detail, are far more valuable than those that have scratches or wear. That's why many collectors send theirs to grading services like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company. These services carefully assign a grade, which directly affects the coin's market value. So what is this coin really worth? Typical examples are usually valued between $20 and $50 depending on condition. Coins that are uncirculated, show exceptional detail, or have a rare minting error can sell for over $100 at auction. High-grade examples with perfect surfaces can fetch even more. The takeaway is simple: don't overlook these modern collector coins. Check the mint mark, inspect the details, and look for subtle anomalies. Even a coin from the year 2000 could be more than just $1 in your pocket. Now I want to hear from you. Do you own a 2000 D gold $1? Or have you ever stumbled across a coin that surprised you with its value? Share your story in the comments. Top 2. Today we are diving into a coin that millions of Americans used every day, but some of them quietly hold surprises that collectors are still hunting for. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar might seem small and ordinary at first glance, but hidden in its details are features that can make it surprisingly valuable. At first, it's easy to overlook. It's just a $1 coin, about the size of a quarter, with a familiar design. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for: rare mint errors, unusual features, and what makes some of these coins sell for way more than their face value. Let's start with the front. Hold it up to the light and you'll see the portrait of Susan B. Anthony, facing right. Her features are sharp and clear, and her expression conveys determination, a fitting tribute to her legacy. Above her head, the word Liberty stretches across the coin, and the year 1979 sits just below her portrait. On some coins, you'll notice a small mint mark, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, telling you where it was struck. If you're filming this, a slow pan across her face, then tilting the coin under light, lets viewers appreciate the fine detail in her hair and clothing. This is also where collectors look for subtle doubling in the letters or tiny imperfections that can make a coin more valuable. Now flip the coin over. The reverse shows an eagle landing on the moon clutching an olive branch, a design inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. The eagle is detailed, wings spread wide, surrounded by the words United States of America and $1. When you tilt the coin, the texture of the feathers and the smoothness of the background really stand out. A slow rotating shot here works perfectly to highlight these features. Here's where it gets really interesting. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar was the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman other than Lady Liberty. But it wasn't exactly loved by the public. Its small size, similar to a quarter, and unusual design made it easy to overlook and even confuse with quarters. That actually makes some coins more valuable today because uncirculated examples are rarer than you might think. Some coins also have mint errors, like double dies, small die cracks, or misaligned strikes. These mistakes are uncommon, but they exist, and collectors prize them. Even tiny doubling in the letters or a faint misalignment on the eagle can elevate a coin from ordinary to collectible. Condition is key. Coins that have never been handled, with sharp details and bright surfaces, are far more valuable than ones that show wear. That's why many collectors submit theirs to grading services like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company, which carefully assign a grade reflecting the coin's preservation. Now let's talk numbers. That a circulated 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is usually worth around $1 to $3. Uncirculated examples can sell for $10 to $20. Coins graded at very high levels, or with notable mint errors, can sell for $50 or more, and rare variations have fetched even higher at auction. So next time you see one of these coins in a jar, a drawer, or even in your pocket change, take a closer look. Check the mint mark, inspect the lettering and surfaces, and see if there's anything unusual. You might discover a coin collectors are still hunting for. Now I want to hear from you. Do you own a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar? Or have you ever found a coin that surprised you with its value? Tell me in the comments. I love hearing about hidden treasures in everyday change. Top 3. Today we are diving into a coin that most people carried in their pockets in the 1970s without thinking twice, but collectors know some of these coins can quietly be worth much more than 50 cents. The 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar looks ordinary at first, but there are hidden details and rare variations that make certain examples highly collectible. At first glance, it's just another half-dollar, but by the end of this video, you'll see why some 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollars are still sought after, and how subtle differences can turn an everyday coin into a collector's treasure. Let's start with the obverse. Hold the coin under light and you'll notice the familiar portrait of John F. Kennedy. Facing left. Above his head, Liberty stretches across the top, and the date 1972 sits just below. Look closely for the small D mint mark near the date. That tells us it was produced at the Denver Mint. If you're filming this, a slow pan across Kennedy's face and the mint mark shows viewers the crisp detail in his hair, facial features, and the lettering. This is where collectors often check for subtle anomalies, like doubling in the letters or unusual marks from the die. Now flip the coin over. The reverse displays the presidential seal, with the eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, surrounded by stars and the words United States of America and half-dollar. Tilt the coin under the light, and the depth of the feathers and the intricate details in the shield really pop. A slow rotating shot here works perfectly to highlight the craftsmanship. Here's where it gets interesting. By 1972, Kennedy half-dollars had shifted away from silver in circulation strikes, which means the metal content isn't the main reason collectors pay attention. Instead, they look at condition, rarity, and errors. Some 1972 D coins have small minting mistakes, double dies, die cracks, or slightly off-center strikes. Even a tiny flaw can elevate a coin from ordinary to collectible. Condition plays a huge role. Coins with sharp details, bright surfaces, and minimal wear can sell for much more than worn examples. That's why many collectors send coins to grading services like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company, which carefully grade them based on preservation. Now let's talk numbers. A circulated 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar typically sells for around 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated coins with strong detail can fetch $5 to $15. High-grade certified coins or those with noticeable errors have been known to sell for $20 to $50, depending on the rarity and quality. So next time you find one in a jar, a drawer, or even a coin roll, take a closer look. Check the mint mark, inspect the lettering, and see if there's anything unusual. You might have a coin that collectors are actively hunting for. Now I want to hear from you. Do you own a 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar? Or have you ever found a coin that surprised you with its value? Share your story in the comments. I love hearing about hidden treasures in everyday change. Top 4. Today we are looking at a coin that many people probably passed by in their change back in the 1970s, but it hides some fascinating details that collectors are still hunting for. The 1974 D. Eisenhower $1 may look ordinary at first glance, but if you know what to look for, it could be more than just a dollar in your pocket. At first, it seems like a standard Eisenhower dollar, but by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why some 1974 D coins are highly collectible, what rare features to spot, and even how auction prices can surprise you. Let's start with the obverse. Hold the coin up and you'll see President Dwight D. Eisenhower, facing left. His facial features are well defined, and the lettering above reads Liberty, with the date 1974 at the bottom. Just to the right of the date, a small D tells us it was minted in Denver. That tiny mint mark can make a big difference for collectors. For visuals, a slow pan across Eisenhower's face and the mint mark lets viewers appreciate the sharp details in the portrait. This is also where people check for minor anomalies, like doubling in the letters, faint die cracks, or unusual markings from the minting process. Even small variations can make a coin more desirable. Now flip the coin over. The reverse shows an eagle landing on the moon clutching an olive branch, a tribute to the Apollo 11 mission. The detail in the feathers, the shield, and the stars surrounding the eagle are impressive. Tilting the coin under light or slowly rotating it for a close-up shot helps highlight these fine features and really gives a sense of depth to the design. Here's where it gets really interesting. While most 1974 D. Eisenhower dollars were struck for circulation, some coins were made in uncirculated or proof condition for collectors. That means some examples are much shinier, with sharper detail, than the coins that saw everyday use. And then there are rare errors. Some coins show double dies on the lettering, slight misalignments, or even faint die cracks. These errors are uncommon, and collectors prize them. Condition matters a lot. Coins that have never been handled and show sharp, crisp detail can sell for much more than those with wear or scratches. That's why many collectors send their coins to grading services like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company, which carefully assign grades that reflect preservation and quality. Now let's talk market value. Circulated 1974 D. Eisenhower dollars usually sell for around $1 to $3. Uncirculated examples can range between $5 and $15. Coins with minting errors or that are graded at very high levels can reach $25 to $50 or more at auction, depending on rarity and condition. So next time you stumble across a 1974 D. Eisenhower dollar in a jar, a drawer, or even your pocket change, take a closer look. Check the mint mark, inspect the details, and see if there's anything unusual. You might have a coin collectors are still chasing. Do you own a 1974 D. Eisenhower dollar? Or have you ever found a coin that surprised you with its value? Share your story in the comments. I love hearing about hidden treasures in everyday change. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the next one where we reveal another coin that millions overlooked, but collectors still seek today.